Hi guys, Retro Trek Ralph here with another, well, not exactly random model review, but I'm going to show you the full set 1 of the Romando Star Trek candy toys that they released at the beginning of this century, about 2002, 2003, something like that, maybe earlier, in Japan. Now, it's as rare as anything to get one of these complete. It's impossible to get one of these fully boxed at all. You cannot find them anywhere. So my problem is as follows. The boxes I've bought, our Series 2 video coming out soon as well anyway, on these, the Romando toys. Bought Series 1 and Series 2 from a guy on eBay. This is all Series 1. Every one of the ones in there, including the secret ones. So, happy. I also bought another one, which is the Voyager. It's a tiny Voyager, but it comes out with a cloaked Voyager as well, which they don't do very many Voyagers cloaked, but what I wanted is the box art. This is one of the boxes completely flattened down. Now all I need to do is scan this in, get a little bit cleaned up on parts. Yeah, that's easily print overable anyway, cut out and done on a computer, so I want to do that. Like I say, I've also got the Series 2 as well, box art, which this has got a window in as well, which shows you what you got. I'll blank that out anyway. And I also want to do the Futuras as well, because you can get the Futura ones, but that's for another time. So what I want to do is show you, not including these, because the Voyagers are in the bag. And I haven't actually opened these yet, since I bought these quite a few months ago. So let's get open and in. So it looks like the seller has actually split all these into their own separate parts. Okay, so what we have here, we have a dark, is that the Farragut? Yes, a light Farragut. I never understand why they had a light and a dark Farragut. Instructions, but I'll keep that to one side, 'cause it just tells you what all of them can do. It's like Species 8472, the Klingon, how they all go together, and then torments you with the warping Enterprise that you can never really get. The Dark Enterprise D, the Light Enterprise D, a Dark Voyager, and a Cloaked Voyager. I can't understand why they're only small and they're not as big as, but then again, I suppose these are the bigger, you can almost say Dreadnought-sized massive ships, and Voyager isn't. A Klingon Bird of Prey, which there should be, the tiny one, absolutely tiny one, but I'll get into that in a minute. Species 8472 Cloaked. Species 8472, kind of see-through, but not. Another Voyager. So we have 3 Voyagers. Do we have a 4th? No. So we have a Silver Voyager, a Clear Voyager, and a Dark Voyager. So that's going to be dark and light versions. A Cloaked. Is that the Melbourne? I don't know. I can't really see that far. Cloaked Melbourne, and, or at least it's the Excelsior class anyway. But those aren't the same scale. No, I'm giving up with it. Right, a Cloaked Klingon ship, which goes with that one. And then finally, the 2 secret ones are actually, I've just noticed, are still sealed in the bags. So do I dare open these? There's the Enterprise Constitution Cloaked at warp. That's why the nacelles are so weirdly long and pointed. And then one that looks like it's oddly at warp in blue. I don't get it. So yeah, let's get these unbagged, and I want to have a look at them up close and personal, I think. Now here we have all fully assembled, all 19 models of the Romando Series 1 fleet. Mainly I'm saying 19 because we have the small ones as well. There's these 2 over here with the small, and these 2 with the small as well. But let's get up a little bit. Start over here with the Farragut. They are made out of the oddest plastic that doesn't really nip together, but there's actually the detail work on something you get for free. All right, that's the wrong colour. That's beige. That's grey. And it's kind of, it's nice to see things like this. You've got the bridge section almost right there. It's quite ridiculous how much of a detail. And on the back of here, this is absolutely tiny to read. Actually, the way this is the Farragut on the dish there, that is quite small to figure out. Window alignment, yeah, I know. Let's go underneath. Massive piece of plastic on a lot of these, which is a slight problem, but it does fit into the model, into the stands pretty well anyway. There's Captain's yacht underneath there. Deflector looks absolutely shockingly bad. And then the one warp cells there, it's this type of plastic that you do need to try and get these heated up. And in the garage at the moment it's quite cold, so it will potentially tear, rip, break if I do try and heat it and mould it a certain way. But for model size, I mean, the Eagle Moss stuff were always the size of my hand and they cost 20 quid, if not more than that. But that's not a bad size model, to be honest. Actually not bad. For what you get, 60597, and it fits on the stand. They all have exactly the same stands, the larger part there for the bigger model and the small one in case you have a small one. But it does come up with there's a different part of the stand that some of them come with anyway. The Farragut Dark, I actually quite like this dark Farragut for some unknown reason. I mean, it's kind of what you'd maybe see light reflecting off it in space. I don't know. I doubt it, but it is just the oddest thing how you're doing a light version and a dark version. I'm sure there's plenty of Japanese people out there that can fully explain why. I mean, actually, what's that on there? That's not really a pendant. I mean, the size of these are ridiculous. It's ridiculously stupid. I mean, what's... Oh, it's the copyright, 2003. I mean, these are candy toys. These are free models. Or you get the model at $5, whatever... $5, 5 yen, 5... I don't know what it is, 5... What we barely had them in the UK. So it was virtually impossible to find. And let's get the... I think it's the Melbourne. I'm sure it's the Melbourne. This is the problem. Is this model is right in front. And this is tiny. And the cells are on. And these are all hand-painted models. Which ain't bad, really. It doesn't fit perfectly, but... it's free. What are you going to do? Honestly, it's quite ridiculous. I mean, it's the size of the end of one of my fingers. Probably it's smaller than one of my fingers. I mean, these are absolutely brilliant. I mean, all we had back in 2003 before these were either model kits or some really dodgy Playmate stuff. I think we had eventually the Playmates, the larger ones with electronics inside it, and for some reason they did an Enterprise B which was okay, and then they did Excelsior, exactly the same, just to change the stickers and put a different chip inside. See, the cloak version, when did the Melbourne ever cloak? In fact, the Melbourne should have cloaked, to be honest, because it wouldn't have been in the way of the Borg. But like size-wise, these are, they almost feel delicate, to be honest. And can you see that? Can you zoom in quite a lot and see Melbourne? Can't keep my hand still. It's that close. So, right, the first one of the ones with the little ships. I'll try and pick the whole now. Can't. Right, the Klingon Bird of Prey. As you might have noticed on the stands, none of them, apart from these two Enterprises here, actually have a sticker on there. I thought it was a plaque. They're not. The stickers. Well, this is a one-piece model of the Klingon Bird of Prey. This is my hand. This is how tiny it is. Now, if I can zoom in on that, I will be impressed. So I must put my hand behind. Well, for something that absolutely ridiculously small, yeah, there's some bits of detail in there. There's the wings there. It's absolutely ridiculous for the size-wise. And then size comparison, as it gets out of focus, is the bigger Klingon bird of prey. I mean, they've even, actually the small one, they've even painted red underneath and the big blob of yellow for the torpedo launcher. But they've got a lot of decent detail on these, he says as it falls to pieces. This is the problem with a lot of these, is to just push together with a plastic which is very odd, and I can't understand what type of plastic it is. But I think it'd be better with these to probably glue parts together. You want to display them if you've got your own. But I don't want to do that on these because these are now getting quite old. These are almost 20 years old. They're 18 years old. For models, that's not bad at all, really. You go to there, you got the wings, even individually, different paint colours there. The red and the browns. They're not bad at all. I mean, the cloaked version is exactly the same. I'll try and get that up in one piece, but it does sit there. It does not come up easily. So there she is. Oh, it spins around too much because the hole's probably too big, and it doesn't fit right because the type of plastic used on here, if you look underneath where the coolers are, top of the wings, it does not fit. But this is what I'm saying, if you can put this in some sort of compression after you put glue underneath it, then fine. But these are just stupendously, ridiculously good. It almost looks crystal, to be honest. Cloaked bird of prey. Lovely. So far that's not fallen to pieces. Let's go for, keep going round in a circle I think. Let's go for the Enterprise D, the Galaxy class. There she is. Making that one for the build your own Enterprise. And there's a lot of detail. The blue lights, yeah, for the windows, they're well out of line. Why would they be blue when it's... You've got the shuttle bay on the back there as well. Biggest problem with this. I mean, why would they have blue lights or yellow lights? Yellow lights would be on, black would be off, would it not? The worst bit about this model is, woohoo, wonky prize. That is quite silly. But again, you can straighten these out. I think that one is actually straight, or at least not far off straight. I think now the whole back end's kind of out of alignment as well. But this is the cheap plastics they used. They're never going to use massively decent plastics or whatever, but what do you expect? I keep saying, what do you expect for a free candy toy? And they've got the insignia there now. Can't zoom in, there it is. Dotted, it's like weird. It's the paint, on looking at it, the paintwork's actually not that bad. I mean, I'm really struggling filming this because these are so small. Way, way smaller than Eagle Moss Standard Edition. I mean, this is all we had. Exactly all we had. If you could find them. Right, so that's those. Right, let's go for species 8472. And this will not stay on the stand at all. It wants to spin around on its own. I think it wants to point north all the time. Right, so you got this absolutely tiny one here. I can't get you in there. There you go, better. So they've got this little small stand on there that just sits on there, one piece model with the stand already onto it. But these bigger ones come as one piece, but this top wing fits on afterwards. And they're not bad. The minute stop still. If I lean that way, will it go that way on the camera? Yes. They're not bad for what they are. It's a hell of a lot of detail. And to blend that in without painting, just with the plastic, ain't a bit too bad, really. But again, this is the note. Yeah, hello. I don't know if I breathed then and it kind of spun round, but that's the normal one, even though it's made out in clear plastic. And here's the clear ones. Come here. There we go. Little tiny. The other one's kind of in the way. Can't really get you in that much for that one. Come on. Hardly see anything on there, it's ridiculous. Ah, as we say. The main one comes as a main part, but then the wing falls off the top. But they just kind of fit in like that. And apologies for the finger, I had an accident earlier. I had to put a plaster on. Well, yeah. Go on. Yeah, another one. I don't want to point in the right direction. Now, we have our Voyagers. Let's start from right to left. These are really, really small as well. These are kind of almost to scale, I think, with the Enterprise D for what they actually are. But I don't know if you get these as a pack of 3 or not. But I'll have to zoom in to try and get you a bit closer. 74656. Yeah. Bridge with a big hole in it. Oh, what's wrong with that nacelle? That looks a bit odd. The centre part's too thick. Well, that's just quibbling because this is my fingernail. Yes. Copper underneath. I mean, that's the dark. Again, cannot figure out why they did dark, light, see-through. This one is the standard one, and it's been painted silver, which looks very odd. But silver with a lot of yellow accenting. Or beige accenting. Hold the top because it falls off. Very cool. And then finally, the clear Voyager. I think, did the Voyager ever cloak? I'm not quite sure if they did. You can see the sections in there where the saucer bit squashes to the secondary hull when you actually construct this. That's what these pegs kind of there are. That's a nice picture. Right, your 2 secret ones. If you got these, apparently you were really good. Why they got the extra stand with it, I will never know. But these are the ones that have the plaque on. But these are just stickers. I thought they were a plastic plaque, but it's not. It's just stickers. So here's the Enterprise NCC 1701, and I cannot get that any closer to the screen, to the lens. So I'm going to zoom in quite a lot and hope that focusing will take over. There she is. I cannot keep this still, by the way. I mean, she's kind of blue and the nacelles look shockingly bad, and then they kind of point off to nothing as it's going to warp, apparently. I can't keep... This is the problem with doing camera work like this. It's too close and it's too... Can't get anything. Yeah, this was the secrety one. This is so tiny. My finger's there. This is ridiculously small. Now, while I've got you there, let's get the other one cloaked. I remember the Enterprise original Constitution being cloaked at least once. I mean, they don't look bad. The nacelles have even got the lines on like this, supposed to be spinning. But you'd never see that in real life. Unless you're zooming in like I'm doing. For some reason the nacelles just peter off to the cells instead of nipping together. Which I think the models themselves, or the way I advertise it, is it's halfway between. So I don't know. It's a bit odd really. Have they got the underneath side right? Yeah, one's right around, one's upside down. Naval tradition. That's which way you're passing. I can't focus there. Come on. I don't even see the back end with the bridges. It kind of points off like it's not supposed to. That's a bit weird, really. Actually, it is supposed to do that because it's coming out of warp. Because everything at the back end, front or then it's elongated to make it look like it's in warp. Oh, that's what the Japanese thought when they actually made this. I don't know. It's kind of good, kind of cute, kind of interesting. Yeah, definitely different. So for a free candy toy, yeah, you honestly can't go wrong. And these model kits go for a lot. If you can find a mint set in box, good luck. If you can find them like this, I got a good bargain with these anyway. But these go for hundreds on eBay. If you can find them on Amazon, good luck. If you find them in China, please send me a few. Or in Japan, send me a few. It'd be really nice. But yeah, there you go. That's Romando Series 1 Star Trek candy toys. No candy, obviously, because that'll have... Oh, can you imagine the taste after 18 years? Don't think that'd be good. So, with that in mind, let me get my board and then squash them all. So, yes, I'm not that stupid. Right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on quite a few things. Just search my name. If you want to donate anything to the channel, please get in touch. Links are in the description and on the channel. If not, send us a tweet or whatever. And I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.